warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul with SAIFULNIZAM. Hi, did you know that 30% of the land area of the Earth surface is covered by forests? This forest is not only contributed so much for human life but also for other living things in this world. Not just the oxygen that we breathe every day, but also it is a place for 80% land-based animals in this world as the habitat for them. However, the forest destructor doesn't care about it at all. They just want to deforest forests as they wish. So basically, what is deforestation? According to Sarah Deroin in lifescience.com, deforestation is an act of removing trees permanently for other use except for forests. This also can be determined as a conversion of forest land into urban use, land ranches, and so on. So there are three common causes by human activities that cause deforestation. The first one is the agricultural grazing, which they use the land for agricultural usage for commercial use, such as for beans industry, soy, and palm oil. The next one is logging, including the illegal logging. You know that Indonesia is one of the biggest exporters of timber in this world, and when deforestation happens, it affects the income of the workers that work in the logging industry. And the last one is urbanization, which they use the land to make new housing or to develop the land.
My name is Nurul BINTI with metric number 192538. Today, we can see many side effects of deforestation towards the nature as well as the global. We should know those negative impacts are getting worse day by day. Moreover, people nowadays are very busy with their daily life and lack of awareness and getting ignorance with the nature without realizing the fact that those negative impacts are also affecting them, not only to the nature. So first thing first, we should know the bad effects of deforestation. Firstly, the increased amount of carbon dioxide. When the trees are cut down, the carbon dioxide that absorbed and stored during the photosynthesis process are released back to the atmosphere. This also means that no oxygen could be released by the trees. By then, the lesser the trees, the lesser amount of carbon dioxide will be absorbed. Secondly, soil erosion. Soil erosion risks will get higher when there are no roots to hold the soil and no trees to break the force of falling rain. This will be followed by the flow of soil to the river. Then habitat destruction. Animals are being threatened when the trees are cut down. This means that they lose their habitat. Animals cannot survive without trees, since the trees is their shelter and their food, especially animals that lives in the tropical rainforest. Therefore, based on the negative impacts stated earlier, deforestation should be banned because of trees are needed for breeding. Oxygen is needed by human for breeding, where the oxygen is released by trees. Trees also help to absorb the toxic chemical in the atmosphere and improve the air quality. 2. Forests help to reduce the risk of flooding. When there are roots to hold the soil from eroded during the rain, soil could prevent from flow to the rivers and streams, make the flow of water being blocked. So this could prevent the flood. Thirdly, forest maintains a balance of ecosystem. Since the ecosystem is made up of a complex chain of plants and animal activities, the balance of ecosystem will be disrupted when the loss of trees and forests makes the animal lose their source of dependency. Hence, Malaysia is a country that has laws and regulations, including laws regarding deforestation. This shows that it is not a small matter and to be taken lightly. The forestry laws are, firstly, National Forestry Act of 1984, amended in 1993, gives Malaysian states the authority to appoint officers responsible for designing forest management. Secondly, National Policy on Biological Diversity of 1998 to conserve Malaysia's biological diversity and to ensure that its components are utilized in a sustainable manner for the continued progress. And National Forest Policy of 1977, updated in 1992, to ensure forest products for both domestic and international consumption into perpetuity.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is KHADIJAH and my metric number is 191175. What is Al-Shumuliyyah? Al-Shumuliyyah is the teachings of Islam is complete and comprehensive. The scope of Islam is all-encompassing with guardians for all aspects of human life, not excluding the smallest to the biggest human conduct. In this universe, human and environment are depending on each other. For example, to breathe and survive, man needs oxygen that can produced by the plant. Next, in Surah Al-Qamar, ayah number 54, Allah said, "Verily, all things have we created in proportions and measure." That means nothing in this world has been created at random, but with a purpose and destiny. Hence, man should not abuse the environment created by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, as everything that were created in this universe have its own function and these resources can be used up to the next and the next generation. Then, in Quran, Allah also said, "Do not commit abuse on the earth, spreading corruption, and do not desire corruption in the land. Indeed, God does not like corruptors." From the Quranic perspective, corruption on the earth is not confined to only political crime such as rape, illegal banking, or other prevalent malpractice. Deforestation, dumping toxic waste, and indiscriminate use of pesticides are also grave corruptions on the earth and hence brazen violations of Islamic value. Furthermore, based on Hadith Abu Dawud, Abdullah ibn Habashi reported that Prophet Muhammad SAW said, "He who cuts a large tree without justification, Allah will send him to hellfire." So, it is clear that Islam is against the cuttings or destructions of plants and trees.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Sarah AFIFAH binti JAAFAR. My metric number is 193795. So, other than Al-Shumuliyyah, there is also some characteristic in Islam that can be connected with deforestation. So, one of them is Al-Insaniyah. So, what is Al-Insaniyah? Al-Insaniyah means humanity. It means all created things in this world, including man, plants, animal, or anything that is designed by God, are all naturally fulfill the purpose for which they were designed. By doing so, they worship and serve to God. Everything in nature, by acting according to its design, serve to God's will. So back to the question, what is the relationship between Al-Insaniyah and deforestation in Islam? As we all know, human and environment are both connected to each other, both needed each other, and both are manifested to worship to Allah. Thus, we as a human are no different with environment because both of us are depending to each other in order to live. So from the Islamic perspective on environment protection, Every single human in this world is reflected in everything that they did in this world. So the Islamic attitude towards the environment and natural resources is not only based on prohibition of overexploitation, but also on sustainable development. So in the following hadith from Abdullah ibn Habashi, he reported that Prophet Muhammad SAW once said, "He who cut a lot tree without any justification, Allah will send him to hellfire." The lot tree grows in the desert and is very much needed in an area which has scarce vegetation. So from this hadith, we could learn that a human is the one who is the keepers of all creation, including our forest, our water, our tree, our soil, and also our animal. So the biodiversity caused by deforestation in many countries causes soil erosion and kills much of the biodiversity of the earth. From this action, a lot of disadvantages towards the environment could happen. One of the example is soil erosion destruction, which soils and its nutrients in them are exposed to the sun heat. Eventually, rain washes down the soil surfaces and erosion takes place to the soil never get their full potential back. Other than that, there's also a water cycle, which the atmosphere and the water body begin to dry out because the process of water cycle is affected by deforestation. Because of that, we all know that we as a human need to protect our forests, our natural resources, and we are banned to do any deforestation because it will give a lot of disadvantages to our earth and to ourselves.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurul binti Azlan. My metric card is 193628. In conclusion, the importance of banning deforestation can relate with Al-Shumuliyyah and Al-Insaniyah. It is true that Islam isn't only a belief system, however, a real existence framework. It covers the manner in which we should carry on with our lives in this world and the great beyond. It provides guidance for all aspects of life, individual and social, material and moral, academic and political, legal and cultural, and national and international, all through the Al-Quran and also the messengers. We must practice the value of Al-Shumuliyyah and Al-Insaniyah in our life. In addition, we have a critical role in the protection of natural resources and the assets of the environment, which can also be described as fulfilling the role of God's bicycle trustee or steward on earth. Allah has stated that, and do not commit abuse on the earth, steady corruption. Quran verse 260. We as God's servants must obey the commandment from Him. Thank you.